Okay, I'm back, baby. All right. Uh, huh. Okay, let's do a few things. Okay. So I got to remember to tell people to like and subscribe, um, because I forget to tell people to do that. Okay. So, okay. I'm going to use the gray one. That was going to look better. Hey. So hi, welcome. We're going to talk about the knees today. This summer for me is the summer of my legs. So I've had a lot of issues with my legs in the last few years. And so I'm working on getting all the mobility back that I used to have. And I figured I would share a video about how to stabilize your knees and then a little bit about stretching as well. So a lot of times we get into stretching because it does do a lot to relieve your pain, but it's often not enough and we need to strengthen. So we want to balance the muscles around the legs. So if you have an imbalance that's causing your knee pain, you might need to spend a little time exploring that and figuring that out. But today we're going to do some exercises that will help you balance out your knee, um, grow some strength around your leg, and build some stability. So we're going to start. I'm going to just move this out of the way. We're going to start on our back, but you will need today possibly a towel. I'm going to show you something with the towel, and then a blanket or something to kneel on. And if you have knee issues, it's a good idea to have something to kneel on at all times so that your knees feel comfortable and safe. So I'm going to come onto the back and we're going to start just laying down. Now, this is not going to be like a full flow class, but we're going to talk about each exercise so you can give them a try and then maybe see which ones work best for you. So the idea here is, as we're on our back, we're going to work the hamstring. So yoga is, it's like baked in that we're stretching the hamstrings a lot, but it can add weakness to the hamstrings, especially if you're not strengthening them. So we're going to strengthen them and we're going to just bring the heels forward just a little bit. So we're going to be doing bridge, but we're going to put the legs a little bit forward. So we're really working into the glutes and the hamstrings. And then we're going to tuck the shoulders underneath a little bit, even though this isn't going to be a big back bend. This is all about the legs. And I'm lifting the feet, so we're digging in the heels. So you can have the feet down if you want to. And then we're going to press the feet down and you feel the backs of the legs engage. Lift the feet, feel the backs of the legs engage. So I find lifting my feet just makes them engage a little bit more. And then I'm going to lift my hips off of the mat and then lower down. Good. Lift and lower. Good. Let's do 10. So we're going to do 8 more. Lift, lower, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. I'm going to walk those feet in just a little bit. Good. And then we're going to just do 3 on each side. We're going to lift one leg, lift the hips up, lower them down. and switch. Lift, lower. Good. Let's do 2. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. One more each side. Lift, lower. Lift, and lower down. Oh, I could feel that one in my hamstring. Good. Now let's just do like 5 more with the heels forward a little bit. Lift, lower, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. So we really got into those hamstrings and glutes. So we want to strengthen those. Anything that you find where you can strengthen into those hamstrings, do that, especially if you're doing a lot of yoga. Now we're going to just straighten into, we'll just straighten into one leg. So we're going to straighten into the right leg, flex that foot, lift the leg. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So do you feel that in the top of your thigh? Because we're heading into that hip flexor and into the quad, the top of your thigh. We're going to do the other side, straightening into that leg. Lift, lower, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Nice. And then we're going to come up to seated. Good. We're going to just sit back, and we're sitting and then lifting the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll rest. Good. We can even stretch. So stretching, nothing wrong with stretching as long as you are also strengthening. Good. Let's do this again. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Good. So there we've got some quads, we got some hamstrings. Now let's just come down onto our side. We'll have the right side up. You can put your head on your hand or come all the way down. Doesn't matter because we're going to do a few inner and outer thigh things. So let's go for the straight legs. So we're going to straighten the legs, and then you're going to have them come forward just a little bit. So that's for stability. And then we're going to bring that leg back a little, that top leg back, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Let's do that. Let's do some circles. So we're going to try to burn it out a little bit. So we're just going to do some dinner plate circles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now we can bend it, pat that out a little bit. So we're doing the outer thigh. Let's do the inner thigh. We're going to do the inner thigh, this bottom leg, because it's convenient for us. You could come up a little bit higher for this. Now, what you want to make sure is that you're not rolling back, that you're coming forward and lifting through the chest. Good. And we'll reach that hand up. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now we're just going to pulse it. We're going to lift, pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Let's do another pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So now we've done all sides except for now we got one more leg to go. Good. So we're going to lay down on our side. Good. Straightening into the legs. Bring the legs a little bit forward. Flex the foot. Bring that top leg back and lift lower. Lift lower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now we're going to just do some dinner plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now we're just going to put that foot down, sit up tall. We're going to do this inner thigh. So we want to make sure we're not rolling back. We are up on that hip, lifting through the rib cage and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Let's pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Very good. Good. Now let's come back onto our hands and knees. This is where you're going to want to kneel on a blanket. We're going to do one more thing for the knees. One more strengthener. So those are some obvious ones. The inner and outer thigh, the top and the bottom of the thigh. If you work those, you will eventually start to balance them out. Even if you're not quite sure what's going on, it should help. Then we're going to do kind of a fire hydrant. We're going to lift the leg out to the side, lift it up, roll it back, lift it up, and then just do a little tap, lift it up, roll it back out, set it down. Good. Let's do the same side 2 more times. Lift, roll it back, tap it down behind that knee, back up, out, bring it down. One more. Lift, back, tap it, up, and out. Set it down. Good. Let's do the other side. Lift, back, tap it, up, back, down. lift, up, tap it, up, out, down. Good. One more. Lift, back, tap it, up, out, down. Good. Now, since we're here, we're going to rest in child's pose, but let's say it's my left knee that bothers me. So I'm going to take this blanket or this towel. Now, if you find that it hurts to bend it too much, we're going to take this, you can take a washcloth, one layer, so you don't want it folded, lay it inside about knee crevice, and then come down. And then if you feel it, fold it in half and do one fold, and then come down into child's pose. Good. So now what that does is it gives you a little bit of space. So if you have some bone on bone action, which is something that I have, putting the towel or washcloth there will help make that space. So we're going to come onto the back for one more thing. So we did some strengthening, which is great. And that's really almost the most important part. We tend to do a lot of stretching because it gives you relief, but the strengthening is what is going to make the pain go away. So we are going to do a little stretching because we are allowed to have relief. So sometimes the pain is just there and we need relief. So we want some relief. We're going to take that right knee and just hug it in. We're going to do this quickly, but if you want to do this, if you want to spend more time in these poses, you absolutely could. We're just going to do them a little bit quickly because this is all you really need to do. And then we're going to take this towel and put it around your foot. And you're going to go for as straight as you can. So if it can't go straight, that's okay. You're going to go for as straight as you can. If you can reach your foot, you can hold the foot. Okay. So we're just going to do the towel today. And then we want to stretch. So we're stretching into the hamstring now. Good. Now we're going to lower the leg out to the side to get into the inner thigh. Just let that other knee drop out to the left while we stretch the inner thigh. Good. And we're just relaxing here. You want to soften that inner thigh. There's a lot of gripping. We often hold, if you're tight somewhere, it's a lot of times the inner thigh because we hold a lot of stress there. And then we're going to slowly bring it up to center. And then we're going to do a nice stretch into the outer side of your thigh. So we're going to switch hands with the towel, keep your hip planted, and just bring your leg over. Now, these stretches don't just work for your knee, they're great for your lower back as well. Good, back to center. Nice. We're going to switch. Put it around that left foot, left hand, straight as you can make it. Make sure you're feeling that hamstring. So I know I've done these moves in a low back video at some point, I'm sure. I know I have, because it is just, this is like a little magical set of poses for your lower body. Bring that leg out to the side. We're going to let that right knee go out to the right. So there's a nice opening. We're sort of teeter-tottering. So we're not letting that leg just lay on the floor. We're letting the knee be a teeter-totter so that there's plenty of space for that inner thigh. Good. Slow motion. Bring that leg up to center. Good. That helps the inner thigh release a little bit. We're going to take your right hand to the towel. Hip stays planted. Just bring the leg over to the right, stretching that outer thigh. Good. Back to center. Bend the knee. I'm going to set it down. So we could do a hip stretch here or something like that, but I'm going to stick to that just because I want you to focus in on stretching the legs. We're going to come up to standing. We're going to do one more stretch. We're going to do one more stretch. Okay. Sorry. I'll have to fix it. So we're just going to do one more stretch here. So we want to get the quad. So I'm not sure. There are ways to do this on the floor, but I think the easiest thing to do is just come to standing or start with this one, grab your foot, hug the knees together, and press the hip forward. Now, if you need a strap to wrap around your foot, you could do that if you can't reach it. Good, and then release, and then we'll do the other foot. Hug those knees together. Lift. Good, and then release. So there you have it. Working on the legs, working on some knee health. We're going to just squat it down, or I am. If you can't squat it all the way down, just try sitting on a block or try finding a way to get as low as you can. The other thing you want to do is find your full range of motion in your knees as much as you can, because when you stop doing the deep knee bends, you will not be able to do them after a while. So you want to work on that. It might take some practice. Not that long ago, this was not happening for me, and now it is again. So just keep working it. Don't give up, and you got this. Namaste.